What does a 4'10" beautician have to do with the nation's meat shortage? Ask Wendy's. The restaurant's old spokeswoman was an unwitting prophet.
Where's the beef?
Here we are, 36 years later, and we have a pandemic. And, well, Wendy's. Now we're asking you.
This morning, new concerns about America's food supply. Fast food chain Wendy's becoming the latest company to feel the effects of a pandemic-triggered meat shortage.
Burgers have since vanished from hundreds of Wendy's restaurants. Now, Wendy's still sells chicken and salad, but nobody gets the salad. The average American consumes more than 140 pounds of red meat every year, a record 2.5 pounds per week. And 2020 was supposed to be a banner year. Reduced tariffs brought on by trade agreements with Japan, South Korea, Mexico, and Canada spurred beef exports up 7% from this time a year ago. And don't get me started on pork. Back in 2018, another highly contagious virus called African swine fever swept China, killing millions of pigs and upping pork prices. American producers saw opportunity. They started shipping to China at a record pace, a condition of phase one of the trade deal. And yet now, for the White House, soaring U.S. pork exports to China during a meat shortage at home may be hard to stomach. That said, to understand why your grocer is low on sirloin or, God forbid, bacon, you've got to look at the supply chain. In the U.S., roughly 50 slaughterhouses account for 98% of the nation's meat processing. It's a bottleneck, which means if just one of them shuts down, the effects ripple up and down the line, lowering revenue for farmers, reducing deliveries to grocers. And remember, if you're working on the line, you're slinging meats in a freeze box and you're shoulder to shoulder with hundreds of other coworkers. Thousands have already been infected that we know of with COVID-19. Hotspots are emerging. For instance, in Moore County, Texas, a rural region home to a huge meatpacking plant, 19 of every 1,000 residents are infected. That's a rate 10 times that of other major Texas cities. Meanwhile, the effects of the virus on food are starting to work their way across society. By one estimate, 1 in 5 American children under 12 are right now not getting enough to eat. In Iowa, where nearly a third of the nation's hogs are raised, at least 340,000 people are facing food insecurity, a product of a lockdown economy, poverty, and growing shortages.